91.3 WVKR. We're going to play that song in its entirety after our conversation with Lizzie Vann. Let's get her on air. Lizzie, are you with me?
I am, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. It's always a good sign when we start by not disconnecting someone. So, thanks for joining me today. Lizzie Vann is the owner of Bearsville Center in Woodstock, New York. And you've done such a remarkable job, Lizzie, on that beautiful complex that we all know as Bearsville. And just real quick, just talk about how you got involved, how you found it, and where we're going today.
Yikes. Well, it's been a 5-year project, and it was Labor Day weekend 2019, which was 6 months before the COVID epidemic. And I walked in, having just bought it just before an auction, and I think every building had a roof that was falling in. There was one building that had a tree growing through the middle of it, and a lot of them had floors that were not looking very safe. And I thought, what have you done? And then we went through the pandemic. We went through a huge renovation. We had all sorts of fun issues like floors falling through, and basically there's so much water in the Catskills, and it gets so cold in the winter that everything is continually under threat. It's like being at war with the elements.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to do a lot of trenching and a lot of mold remediation and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure your listeners don't want to know about all that. But eventually, by 2022, it was good. It was in good shape. This is a really iconic piece of property. It was created, over 100 years ago, but purchased in the 1960s by Albert Grossman, who was the manager of Bob Dylan and Janis Joplin, Todd Rundgren, Richie Havens, Peter, Paul and Mary, Odetta, and, the list goes on. And he wanted to create a utopia for musicians. So he wanted somewhere that they would come and live and eat his great food. He was a gardener and a great gourmet. He had houses for them. He had performance studios, performance theater. That was the big jewel in his crown. And he had rehearsal spaces, all sorts of things. He worked with Todd Rundgren to create one of the first ever video sound stages. And Todd went on to create 3 of the first 10 music videos that went on to MTV. So Albert was a visionary, and he worked with visionaries like Todd Rundgren.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Albert passed away in 1986, and his widow Sally picked it up after that and finished the theater and ran the studios. And I came along in 2019 and thought, okay, now what are we going to do with this?
Yeah. Yeah. And you have so many wonderful businesses on the complex. Let's talk about the recording studio that's there.
Yes, well, there's a wonderful sound engineer and technician that came to me, Pete Kagan.
Yeah.
He has worked with so many artists, from Natalie Merchant and everybody. I'll try and find a list. And he said, I want to recreate a recording studio in the Utopia building, which was the building that Todd Rundgren had. It was not the original acoustic studio, which was somewhere else in Woodstock and is now in private hands and is not in great shape. But it was a recording studio. It was linked to the theater by an underground tunnel, which still exists.
Amazing.
Because Todd's idea was, if you put a few cables through, this is in the 1980s, remember, you can record into a live studio in Utopia the live music that's happening on the stage, and then you can beam it out to the world. So it was very forward-thinking. I'm not sure how much of it actually happened. They kind of, as with a lot of the people that Albert worked with, there were issues and things didn't always work out the way they planned.
Right.
But, the vision was there, and I believe some of this happened. And then Todd left. Todd recorded Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell, partly in the Utopia studio, but mostly in the Mink Hollow home studio that he had about 4 miles away.
Yeah.
So we have that link to Meatloaf, who proposed to his wife in the Bear Cafe, one of the restaurants on site,
Oh, my.
with a salmon. He didn't give her a gold ring. He gave her a full salmon with the head on, which I think was cooked.
We hope it was.
An amazing place.
We hope it was.
And people Brian Ferry would eat there. And, they would all come down from the recording studios at the end of a long day and eat there. So we've had Bowie and Brian Ferry and Nico and many, many artists. We had the Rolling Stones who were rehearsing their Some Girls tour there.
Wow.
And at the end of that long day, they all went into town to what was the Joyous Lake and played an impromptu concert because it was Charlie Watts' 34th birthday, which kind of dates it. So also Janis Joplin would roll into town to recover from her long recording and tours. And she would go down to the Bear Cafe and drink Southern Comfort and then go back home to Albert and Sally's house in the middle of the night. And in fact, when she passed away at the age of 27, there was money in her will to have a wake at the Bear Cafe in Bearsville in her honor, which I believe Albert did because she was, I think she was like a daughter to Albert. She was one of his favorite artists.
Oh, yeah. And I know you're a huge fan of Janis Joplin.
Oh, me too. Me too. I just love the woman. I love everything she stands for. I love her voice, obviously, and her music, but also the fact that as a very vulnerable young woman who wanted to make it, she did what it took, and she worked so darn hard, both on her voice and her music, but also she wanted to become a music director. She wanted to become a producer of her own albums. She certainly took hold of the band and directed that and changed out musicians when the time came. So she was in charge. And at the age of 27, clearly it was putting huge strain on her in the 1960s, and it took its toll. But, she was the queen of the blues. She was an amazing performer.
Left quite a legacy. You also have wonderful restaurants on your property, the Bearsville Center. Talk about those, if you would, briefly.
We have the Bear Cantina, which is a fantastic Mexican restaurant that is run by the Lemus family, who had worked around Woodstock for many years, but behind the kitchen door, if you like. And they came to me when I bought it and said, we'd really like to run our own restaurant. What about it? And I thought, okay, sure, let's try it. Wonderful. And they have made a great job of that. Yeah. We have Carly Cascario from a local well-known family running the Tinker Street Tavern.
Yes.
Bit of a dive bar, but great fun with lots of memorabilia and just a really lovely bluestone patio outside where she has a bonfire every night. We have Nancy's Creamery, Catherine Sparta, another local who used to be a teacher and then got into making stuff that people loved, which was her handmade ice cream made with fresh bananas and sour cream and cherries, just great handmade recipes.
Wonderful.
And then we have the Bear Cafe, my own restaurant, which is on a little hiatus. We're going to open it up again, I believe, this fall because the theatre has been through quite a change. We had to learn how to do that, and having renovated it and really given its heart back to it and put some history in there, we have the history of the band and the music that they made at Big Pink with Bob Dylan. We have the story of the Woodstock Mountains Review. We have the whole history of music and Woodstock in the theatre. Well, along came Peter Shapiro one day, who owns the Brooklyn Bowls in Nashville and Vegas and Brooklyn, and the Capitol Theatre in
Portchester.
Portchester, that's right. And he said, I love what you're doing. This music really speaks to me. I would like to take it on and bring my jam bands and all the other great musicians that he has in his larger venues. It's called an underplay if you ask an artist from a big venue to play a small one, and they'll often do it because it's such a beautiful space. It's just gorgeous, and the acoustics are great. Peter's put even more acoustics in it, so it's just a gorgeous space, and now they come. We had Gusta there a couple of weekends ago, and they actually said from the stage, I was with Peter, and they said, Peter, this is the best sounding room that we've ever been in.
Wow.
And, he was so proud. It was just a lovely thing, and the audience all cheered. So he's doing good things. I'm so pleased. I feel like that's one of the best things that I could have done is not run the theatre myself, but to bring in somebody of the Dayglow, the Peter Shapiro
Yeah.
caliber.
Yeah,
And
congratulations. It's beautiful. I've got the talent buyer, Mike Campbell, coming on the show here in a couple of weeks. So we're going to talk about the theater and all the wonderful acts that they have coming up. So, yeah, BearsvilleTheater.com. What an amazing lineup they have there. So definitely visit
oh my
that.
God, yes.
And then in the
Drive-by
meantime, you
truckers and all
drive by
sorts.
trucker. Oh my God, just nonstop.
Yeah.
Amazing. Started off with Don Was on I believe it was June 1st or
Yes,
something. And just,
yes, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, just
And then
incredible.
he is interested in running the Bear Cafe in line with his concerts.
Hmm.
So
Perfect.
I'm intrigued by that. So we are working together on that as a project. I'm hoping to reopen that.
That's wonderful. Well, congratulations on a job very well done. And thank you for bringing such beautiful love into that theater and that whole complex again. It was in desperate need of it. And you certainly have provided that for the community. And what
Yeah.
else you're providing, it's so cool. I went to one last year. Your festivals, you've got amazing festivals starting this Saturday, July 6th. You've got the Folk Festival. And a whole great lineup of other festivals. You've got the Green Festival, the Festival of Awakening. Let's talk a little bit about each one because I know I have you for about 9 more minutes. So let's start with the Folk Festival here this Saturday at Bearsville.
So the festivals came about because when I was a little girl, I would go to boutique festivals in the UK, a place called the Llama Tree in a big old stately home. And they were so lovely. They were small. They were in the woods. There was wonderful acoustic music and just a very relaxed atmosphere. So when the pandemic came and everybody wanted to be outside, it was the logical thing to do was gobble up the car lot or some of it, make it into a park, and then start to have festivals. So gradually after the pandemic, we've been doing that. This is the first year that we've done quite so many. And really, it's an opportunity for me to, I guess, share my passion for the environment and needing to address all the climate issues that we've got. So we have a very family-friendly, cheery green festival on July the 20th.
Yeah.
But before then, you're quite right, we have the folk festival, and I love folk music. So I believe you just played Jenna Nichols.
Yes. Yeah.
And these are all bands. What we do when we're booking the music is we go to local bands all up and down the Hudson Valley, definitely in the state of New York. And we're trying to find the best bands that meet different genres, like country music or blues music or folk music, and bring them to the attention of the festival goers. So this one we have the Acoustic Medicine Show.
County line bluegrass.
Yes, and bluegrass,
Yes.
and then Jenna, who you've heard, who is
Yes.
quirky and wonderful. Just a wonderful performer who was there last year.
Yeah.
The Green Festival, we have some kind of indie music. David Cry and the Saddle Tramps, Scott Wolfson and Other Heroes, and Lily of the Valley, which is another Americana band. But they're just, you will not have heard of these unless you live in the towns that they're at. But we have really vetted them and found entertaining, very crafted musicians who they're bringing something new. They're opening our ears up to new things.
And which is a wonderful thing to do. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about your Festival of Awakening on August 10th, please.
So that is run by a local group, the Woodstock Community Festival of Awakening, and they are bringing Krishna Das, who is like the rock star of yoga, to the festival on that day.
August 10th, yeah.
I need to look up and the 10th, that's right. And they are having curtain music that afternoon, which he will lead with chanting and with drumming. And they're also having lots and lots of other things. There is massage, there is spiritual dancing, there is yoga, all sorts of wonderful things. You can find it all on our website, Bearsville.
Bearsville Theater and also Bearsville Center. So
BearsvilleCenter.com.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, BearsvilleCenter.com.
Right.
And then we have an art festival the week after that, where we have Bearsville School of Art, Woodstock School of Art, Woodstock Artists Association Museum, and the Birdcliff Guild all getting together and displaying art. And we've got weaving and pottery and people actually painting and making prints, as well as a lot of people exhibiting their own work. And we're accompanying that with some wonderful jazz music, including the Hudson Valley Women's Jazz Band, which I'm really looking forward to.
Wonderful.
We have a country music festival on September the 1st, where we're going to be doing line dancing as well as listening to the Bunkhouse Boys, Ten Brooks Molly, and Way Behind the Sun, which is fantastic. I mean, you have to play some of their music, Rita. Way Behind the
Yes.
Sun. I'll
Yes.
send you a link to them. They're just great.
Wonderful.
We have a blues, a fall festival with blues music on September the 21st. Bob Stump, our local hero, Brian Mitchell.
Yes.
And a wonderful dobro player, Bennett Harris. He is just he plays the music of the old bluesman on a dobro, a resonator guitar, but just really amazing musician, just mesmerizing when you listen to it. And then we have a community festival for the volunteers who work all through Woodstock for the Food Pantry and Family of Woodstock and lots of other local organizations, including Friends of the Library. And that is on October the 13th, so Indigenous Peoples Weekend.
Oh, beautiful. Wow. What an exciting season this is. This is really, it's remarkable. And it's so nice. I went to one of the festivals last year, and just the sense of camaraderie and the beautiful property that you have there, the stream and the food and the drink and just the music.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful. Plenty of parking, ample parking, and it's just wonderful. And I'm going to give away a couple of pair of tickets shortly after we talk. And Lizzie, it's a wonderful thing. Thank you for bringing all this.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
One more thing. Okay,
Please.
so I made my money that allowed me to buy Bearsville making and selling organic baby food in England. I'm passionate about children's health and passionate about organic food. So here we are. We're thinking, okay, we want to do snacks for children. And I'm looking at what there is, and I'm thinking, this is no good. So I'm actually making, and it's so funny because all my colleagues think this is hilarious, I'm actually making handmade lollipops and popsicles with organic fruit juices and lemon juice and all sorts of really great things. And I said to my partner last night, I said, this might be another business. And he said, no, and no.
No
But
more.
we have got handmade ice creams and lollipops and things like that. So for the children, we really want this to be a family-friendly festival. They all are.
Yeah.
And just it's such fun. People paddle in the stream and they play ping pong and cornhole. And we have a big teepee that we coat in brown craft paper every time.
Yeah.
And then we set the children and the adults loose with paintbrushes. And we come up with great works of art and murals.
So much fun.
It's a fun event for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful, and you're a gem. We're lucky to have you, and thanks for making Woodstock your home and such a passionate project, and all the other things you're doing in around the village as well. So, Lizzie, thank you for everything.
Thank you.
And you're welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you for doing what you do, Rita. You run a great program, a great radio station.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
We appreciate it.
And we'll continue to promote all your festivals and all the wonderful things happening at Bearsville Center. I got you just in the nick of time. You even have a minute and a half to spare. And I thank you for your time. It's the greatest gift we can offer one another. I will see you soon, Lizzie, and stay in touch.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Rita.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
a lot.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. The great Lizzie Vann, owner of the Bearsville Center in Woodstock, New York. Now, how would you like to go to the Folk Festival this Saturday at Bearsville? If you would, I'm going to take 3 callers. So if you call and you're not getting picked up, just stay on the phone because I have 3 callers I will take. 3 folks will go to the Woodstock Folk Festival happening at Bearsville Theater in Woodstock this Saturday. The music is from 12:30 to 6. The gates open from noon. So essentially it's from noon to 6 p.m. The Folk Festival, bearsvillecenter.com. And if you'd like to go, you and a friend can go courtesy of us here at LocalMotion as well as Lizzie Vann at Bearsville Center. All you have to do is give us a call at 845-437-7178. Again, that number, 845-437-7178. If you'd like to go to the Folk Festival at Bearsville Theater, give us a call now. We are giving away 3 separate pair of tickets. So, all you have to do, give a call. It's going to be a wonderful day filled with amazing music I'm going to replay the music I started playing here with Jenna Nichols because I had to go because of time constraints with Lizzie. But let's take a listen to music by Jenna Nichols, who will be performing this Saturday at the Bearsville Folk Festival. And if you'd like to go this Saturday and are available to go, just give us a call here. We'll get your name on the guest list. 845 437 7178. And lucky caller number 1, 2, and 3 will get a pair of tickets to the Woodstock Folk Festival at Bearsville Theater. And let's take a listen now to Picket Fences here on 91.3 WVKR. And that number again, 845 437 7178 here on 91.3 WVKR.
Picket fences went and gone and lost its charm. Faded misinterpretation, one side white, the other side's not seen the paint at all. They never did see eye to eye, never did see eye to eye that way. He never stopped to wonder why, never stopped to wonder why. She loves him so, that's why she'll never go. Grasses on the other side, they've dried her tears for years. Her watered eyes have helped them grow.
Yeah, Jenna Nichols. I love that song. It's called Picket Fences off the album Radio Parade. Jenna Nichols, one of the performers at this Saturday's Folk Festival at Bearsville Theater. Congratulations to Edie from Port Ewan. She won a pair of tickets. I still have 2 pair of tickets up for grabs. If you'd like to go to the Folk Festival at the Bearsville Center this Saturday. It's happening from noon to 6 p.m. You and a guest can go. There's going to be live acoustic music, food, drinks, activities. There's going to be a vendor fair, an all-around great vibe at Bearsville Center. All you have to do is give us a call here at 845-437 7178. Another one of the performers that will be there will be the Acoustic Medicine Show, Joe Tobin's Acoustic Medicine Show. We're going to take a listen to a track of his. This one's called Gypsy Woman. And again, if you'd like to go to the Bearsville Center Folk Festival this Saturday. Just give us a call at 845-437-7178. You and a guest will have an absolute blast at the Bearsville Center from noon to 6 this Saturday. 845-437-7178. And let's take a listen to the Acoustic Medicine Show, another performer happening at the Folk Festival this Saturday. 91.3.
Gypsy woman, where do you stay? The nights are lonely and skies are gray. Are the angels with you when you pray to help you get through the day? Will you ever find your way? Find your way. Find your way. Will you ever find your way? Gypsy woman. Life you live through, song and dance. You've been a victim of circumstance. You run from love and true romance that left you in a trance. Will you ever take a chance? Take a chance. Take a chance. Will you ever take a chance? Gypsy woman. Take a chance. Gypsy woman, don't be untrue. There are many, but oh so few. Look into those eyes of blue and fall so in love with you. And there's nothing that I could do, 'cause I'm falling in love with you. In love with you. In love with you. Well, I'm falling in love with you, Gypsy woman. What can I do? I've fallen for you.
91.3 WVKR, Gypsy Woman, the Acoustic Medicine Show. First of all, please no more calls. We have our 3 ticket winners. Congratulations to Gregory, to David, and to Edie. All 3 of them will be going to the Folk Festival this Saturday at Bearsville Center in Woodstock, or I really should say technically Bearsville, but you know, it's I don't know, all one big beautiful community to me. And thank you again to Lizzie Vann, owner of Bearsville Center, for being my guest here on the show today. Lots of great festivals coming up and also great events at the Bearsville Theater. So bearsvillecenter.com and bearsvilletheater.com. And congratulations again to our 3 ticket winners, Edie, David, and Gregory, who all will be going this Saturday to the Folk Festival. We just heard the track Gypsy Woman by Acoustic Medicine Show. They're going to be doing 2 sets as part of the Saturday's Folk Festival. They'll be on from 4:30 to 5:15, and then again from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Joe Tobin heads that band, and it's a country music band right here from Dutchess County, and they'll be part of the Folk Festival at Bearsville Center this Saturday. And What else? Let's play some more music. Let's do this one. This person, Ten Brooks Molly, they'll be playing at the Country Music Festival, which is another festival being held at the Bearsville Center on Labor Day weekend, September 1st. The Country Music Festival. Let's take a listen Let's take a listen to one of the performers who will be part of that festival right here, right now on 91.3. .3 WVKR Promised Land by the band Ten Brooks Molly. They'll be appearing at the Country Music Festival at Bearsville Center on Sunday, September 1st. That's Labor Day weekend. And thanks again to Lizzie Vann, my guest today here on Local Motion. We're going to play one more band who will be also at the Country Music Festival. This is called the Bunkhouse Boys. Let's take a listen to them right here, right now on 91.3. 91.3 WVKR Bunkhouse Special by the Bunkhouse Boys. They will be part of the Country Music Festival on Sunday, September 1st at Bearsville Center. Lots of great festivals happening there all season. Starting this weekend, July 6th, the Folk Festival. On July 20th, it'll be the Green Living Festival. August 10th, Festival of Awakening. Art Festival on August 17th. And the Country Festival, September 1, the Blues of Fall Festival, September 21, and the Woodstock Community Festival on October 13th. So, bearsvillecenter.com for all the info to check out all the great festivals happening, and then bearsvilletheater.com to check out all the shows happening inside the theater. We'll be talking with Mike, from one of the talent buyers from Bearsville Theater, at the end of this month. So stay tuned. Keep it tuned right here, LocalMotion. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. Congratulations again to the 3 ticket winners for this weekend's Folk Festival, Edie, David, and Gregory. Always appreciate you tuning in, and yeah, it's really cool. All right, so we've got a little bit of time left, about 19 minutes, and there's some new music that was sent to me by Eric Person. The album is called Rhythm Edge. Let's play the title track from that right here, right now on 91.3. 91.3, Larry and Teresa, their latest album titled All This Time, and we heard Ride With Me, the lovely and talented Teresa Williams on vocals there. This album produced by Larry Campbell, recorded and mixed by Justin Gwip up at his studio, Mylan Hill Studio. Larry and Teresa were my first ever guests. That was 408 shows ago, and it was a pure honor, and I knew after speaking with them that, okay, I can do this. I think I did 6 or 7 hours worth of homework. I was so nervous, and they just made me feel so relaxed, and it was really wonderful. And actually, the intro music I used to my show is their music. It's the song called "Surrender to Love." So a huge thank you to Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams for getting me started way back when. And they're hosting their first ever festival on July 20th in Accord at the beautiful Arrowwood Farms. And joining them will be Acoustic Hot Tuna, also Jackie Green, the Secret Sisters, Cindy Cash Dollar, Brian Mitchell, Connor Kennedy will be there. A full day of amazing fun happening in Accord, and that's on July 20th. You can check out more and info more at larryandteresa.com for all the info about that festival. Also, we heard brand new music, the title track called Rhythm Edge from Eric Person's new album, 14 tracks on this. And he just released it, and he is going to be performing at the Falcon on July 14th at the Falcon. And that is, I believe, a Sunday night, and featuring Eric Person on saxophone, Tim Regusis on keys, Adam Armstrong on bass, and Peter O'Brien on drums. So all-star lineup to check out Eric Person. And this is the album release concert at the Falcon on Sunday, July 14th. And remember, you never need to buy tickets to the Falcon. Just make a reservation. It's all done by donation there. You can visit live@thefalcon.com for more info to check out Eric Person on Sunday, July 14th, and listen to this great 14-track album. I'm sure he'll have copies there for sale as well. And we've got a little bit of time left, so let's play some music by Mr. Sal Cataldi, also known as Spaghetti Eastern Music, right here, right now on 91.3.
I believe in love, not everlasting love. Life has shown me it's just a temporary disease. Attacks so hard and breaks in two. Does something funny to your knees. I said that I believe in love. I believe in love, not everlasting love. Sometimes it just disappears, like your favorite show on TV. Here one day and gone the next. Writing a letter won't change this mess. I said that I believe in love. Baby, ain't got time for talking tonight. Just seen the girl ain't even speaking to me. Baby's got a brand new dress tonight. He's playing the field with some other Joe. At least that's what my heart tells me so. I say that I believe in love, but not everlasting love. If you can accept these terms, maybe we can get the disease. Warms the heart and makes you whole. At least that's what life has shown me so. I said that I believe. I said that I believe. I said that I believe in love. I believe in love.
91.3 Spaghetti Eastern Music, also known as Sal Cataldi. He's got quite a few performances coming up, starting in Kingston at Lace Mill, July 6th. He'll also be in New York City. He's going to be in New Paltz at Snug Harbor on July 16th, in Saugerties at Rock de Casbah on July 18th, Rosendale Street Festival, July 20th, all over the place. Spaghetti Eastern Music. We just heard I Believe in Love. And that about does it for me. I'm going to be back next week with guest Mark McKenna, and I'm really, really looking forward to this one. This is, he's not a musician, but boy, he's a manager. He manages Larry and Teresa and David Bromberg, and has had an unbelievable career with recording studios. And just, I can't wait to dig into talking with Mark McKenna next Wednesday. In 2 weeks, I'm not doing a show. In 3 weeks, I'll be back with Tara O'Grady. On the 31st of July, I will be hosting Mike Campbell from Bearsville Theater. On August 14th, I've got the great keyboardist Glenn Patchka from Ola Bell and Bonnie Raitt. We've got Rachel Yamagata on August 21st. We are completely booked solid through the middle of October. I don't think I've ever been booked this far in advance before, but I am. And just thank you to everybody. This is absolutely amazing. Please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel and the Facebook page by liking and following LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR. And I'm going to leave you out with a group from South Africa that will be playing at Opus 40 on August 2nd. They're called Mukumba. Let's take a listen to them. I wish you all a happy and safe holiday weekend. And until next week, I wish you all peace.